Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. Today, we're reviewing Bodega Cat, an MGP rye whiskey brought to you by two stand-up comedians. This Saturday, November 11th, my wife and I are going to see Mark Norman at the Avalon Theater in Grand Junction, Colorado for my birthday. It's a birthday present to me. Thank you, wifey. And that reminded me that I haven't reviewed his whiskey yet. After I taste this and give it a score, I'm gonna try to make a cocktail out of all my wife's friggin' drinks that she buys that she doesn't drink because she doesn't like them. This is a 750 milliliter bottle, 45% ABV, 90 proof, Bodega Cat Spirits Co. Straight Rye Whiskey. I put this on my top rye whiskey list of 2022, if you don't remember that. Not because it was one of the absolute best rye whiskeys of 2022, but it was actually a rye whiskey that was released in 2022 that's a celebrity whiskey that was actually upfront and honest about what they put in the bottle and why they put it there, and that's transparency. And where I come from, transparency is key. Take note of that, all you other famous bitches who just lie. We unearthed rare barrels of whiskey that you'll want to open on your graduation day from being a bitch. Anyway, Bodega Cat Straight Rye Whiskey is 95% rye and 5% malted barley mash bill. It's distilled in Indiana and is meant to be an approachable, minimally cut pour fill of caramel, vanilla, and with a bump in proof, a nice kick of rye spice. Each batch is made special and is perfect for any occasion. A tough day, a good hang, or maybe you're just craving the perfect pour. Sip it straight or on the rocks, or hey, take it how you want it. You've earned it. You can't help but read it in Mark Norman's voice if you read it. Distilled in Indiana, aged for a minimum of 2 years. So this is a 2-year MGP rye whiskey bottled at 90 proof. As far as a celebrity whiskey goes, it is very affordable. I think around $35 or so. America. What they said on the back is basically what this is. A friggin' everyday pour of rye whiskey that you can enjoy however the hell you want. Which would be like the perfect whiskey for a cat. You can't tell a cat what to do, it'll do whatever it wants. Then it will shit in your pillowcase. The texture on the label is extra super nice. What am I expecting? I'm expecting a 2-year MGP rye whiskey. The color on it is fairly light. It's not shouting extra aged, it's actually shouting not extra aged. It's got like a cream soda color to it, you could say. Wow. And on the nose is a Jolly Rancher, a green Jolly Rancher. Sour apple, is that what they are? Sour apple Jolly Rancher. The nice thing about rye whiskeys is they mature quicker than bourbons, so a 2-year rye whiskey doesn't put off the extra youthful, grainy notes that a 2-year bourbon would. The rye grain just matures a little bit quicker than the corn grain, and that's what makes this approachable and actually very nice on the nose. 2-year bourbon can jump off the bottom shelf and walk into oncoming traffic, am I right? Like, yuck. A 2-year rye whiskey? You have a future, my friend. The nose is super Jolly Rancher, but also like a hint of like an orange peel, like an orange oil almost. Hells yeah. I don't want any craft distilleries to hear this, but recently I've purchased several craft ryes that are 2 years old or much older that have sucked, like bad, like terrible. Bodega Cat, down the hatch. Wow, that is pleasant. If you're not looking for an ultra complex, like super matured rye whiskey, if you just want something that is approachable, oily, affordable, and at a solid proof point, quality for the dollar, I'm very impressed. It honestly doesn't taste like a 2-year-old rye, it tastes a little bit older than that. If I were to taste this blind and didn't see the color of it, I would imagine it was a 4-year-old rye whiskey. It tastes twice its age. It's not trying to do anything special because it's not something super special. It's just an everyday rye whiskey pour that's affordable, shareable, and just drinkable. The Jolly Rancher notes come through on the palate with a hint of mint, and then the orange oil is on the finish of it. You really get the orange oil after you swallow. And the more you sit with it, the more of like a little bit of a cinnamon just kind of like lingers on the palate. Keeping price in mind when it comes to this bottle for 30 to 40 bucks, it's definitely a rye whiskey that I'll have on the shelf, especially for mixers and stuff. A lot of high rye whiskeys remind me of Christmas, and that's kind of what this is doing. Like a friggin' molasses sugar cookie that my mama used to make. Oh, those were bad bitches. Not my mom, the cookies. I'm not sure if Mark and Sam's team are hand selecting these barrels, or if they're getting whiskey in totes, or if they're just getting like a lot of barrels coming in that they're blending together. But this blend is working really, really well. Just because there's a 2-year age statement on it doesn't mean that that's all 2-year-old rye whiskey. I would imagine that there could be older rye whiskey in this blend, with the youngest rye being 2 years, it kind of tastes like that's the case. It tastes like there is maybe some older rye in there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Would I tell anybody if I was? Absolutely not. Bodega Cat isn't gonna win any like super special, incredible, innovational? Is that a word? Innovative? It's not gonna win any innovative awards. What they're doing is very straightforward, and that's very commendable. With that being said, it's not gonna get like extra high scores from me because it's like not an extra complex, super amazing rye whiskey, but it is what it is, and that is super solid and something that I would recommend you have on the bar. And I would say today, Bodega Cat Straight Rye Whiskey receives a score from me of 7.1. It's a good rye whiskey, and it's affordable, which is amazing these days. Now to part 2 of the video. My wife likes to go to Costco or like stores and buy gigantic boxes of drinks that she thinks that she's gonna like, and then she gets home and she tries the sip and then she's like, I don't like that. And I'm like, well, we just bought 53 of them. Why do we buy 53 of them? So these boxes sit in the garage until they're expired, and then I eventually have to open each and every one of them and pour them down the drain one by one. Is it a pain in the ass? Yes. Do I love my wife regardless? Absolutely. But I thought it would be fun to try to make a Bodega Cat cocktail out of Bodega Cat and a bunch of stuff that she'll never drink because she tasted one and didn't like it. Let's get down to the business of making a cocktail. Ice. Little Bodega Cat. Meow, meow. Amaro. Little Amaro. Boo. Little Aperol. Beedle. Oh hi, CBD infused seltzer. Ginger basil limeade. Yuck. Mom water, Karen. Lemon blueberry. Ew. Mom water, Julie, passion fruit. Mom water, Linda, blueberry peach. Bud Light seltzer, maple pear. Malibu cocktail, pina colada. White Claw, natural lime. Why is it half full? Michelob Ultra Infusions lime and prickly pear cactus. Mom water, coconut mango, sandy. And we'll top it with 2B60 original. 40% ABV, spirit distilled from corn with natural flavors added. Look at that. A new spirit made with lemons, herbs, flowers, and tree extracts, specially designed for a refreshing and pleasurable experience. Produced in Israel. Let's give it a good shake. We call this drink the Litterbox. All you do is mix all of your wife's expired drinks together, add 2 ounces of Bodega Cat Rye Whiskey, a little Aperol, a little Amaro, shake over ice carefully because some of the beverages may be carbonated, and you pour and you get the Litterbox. That's a pretty little drink. Down the hatch. Actually, it tastes pretty freaking good. Besides my 2 beautiful children, that's like the biggest miracle I've ever produced with using my body. My name is Matt, this is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds but your mind on just finding random things and making something delicious out of them. Whether it be a Bodega Cat litter box or a 4-course meal made of all the crumbs and leftover food that your children have stuffed in the backseat of your car over the years. You know what they say, one wife's garbage is another man's YouTube video. Now that's a thumbnail. Look at that. Nice. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day. See you next time. Thanks for watching.